What's up, party people? Android Stud here, and today I have the Pixel 4 XL from Google. Now, this was a gift from Google. I got this completely for free, full disclosure. And let me tell you something. I've had this phone for over 2 months. Got it back in October before the release. Google sent it over to me, and I absolutely love this device. I've had it for 2 months. It's been my daily driver. I've used it with some other devices like my Poco phone and my Mi 9T Pro. But this thing, I sold my Galaxy Note 10 Plus because this thing has really won me over. Now, it's one of the most polarizing phones that you can think of in 2019. It got a lot of hate about the battery, about the camera. And not that the camera wasn't good, but it was lacking some features a lot of people said that they think it should have had. Now, you know, one of the other gripes is price. So you know what? Let's start there. Now, I have a skin on mine, as you can see there, but this is the white version with the orange button. And this thing's an absolute stunner. I love this phone, but let's start with the price. $899 for the 64 gigabyte. And then $999 for the 128. That is kind of steep. Now, they had some Black Friday deals that took $200 off. Now, that was more of a happy place, I thought. I thought that Google should have priced it around that price from the start. If not $699, maybe come in at about $799 for the entry-level 64 gigabyte version. And then they could have went up to $899 for the 128. Or the other thing they could have done is if they would have had the price at $899, forget offering the 64 and just do entry level 128 version, because it makes no sense to have a 64 gigabyte version. Now this is the 128 and I'm glad I have it because I like to have that extra space, and also they kind of got away from the Google Photos and offering that on the Pixel 4, which is a real shame. Now let's get into my notes. Now let's talk about the feel of the device. I think it's an excellent feel for the device. 6.3-inch display. I love the back. It has that matte black. I have a skin on mine, but you get the matte white, you get the matte orange, or you can get that glossy black, which, hey, it might suit your fancy. But I'm telling you right now, the design and feel, yeah, and it has the chin on there. As you can see there, it has that chin. But you know what? It's a really good size device. I think it's a perfect size device. I don't think it's too big. I don't think it's too small. I think it's right there. I like the sides here with that aluminum coating. Some people said it's gotten scratched up. Mine is absolutely perfect. Now, the camo module on the back, might look like an emoji. It might look like Baby Yoda. But this is the way. So check this out. The other thing that I love about this device is this display, man. You got the POLED, or POLED, yeah, that's right, Quad HD. You get full effect. This ain't no 1080p. This is a lot of P's, and it's getting it done. It's an absolute gorgeous device, man. I really love the screen. The colors on it, the blacks are deep, the whites are right. It's just a really good looking device, if you ask me. Now, one of the other things is the Google Pixel 4 XL comes with that 90 hertz display rate. That's right, they're competing with the OnePlus 7 Pro, the Razer 2. Now, the Razer phone had 120 hertz, so, and the S11 probably gonna step up their game because they're getting cheated this year. But look, man, I'm telling you, this display is just money. It's money in the bank, man. It just, I mean, everything just flows so fast, as you can see there. I mean, no hiccups. I mean, you go into the Twitters, you just get it done, bro. It doesn't even matter, bro. You're just gonna get it done, you know? So, love the display on it. Now, the speakers are absolutely phenomenal on this thing. Stereo speakers, if you're watching the tube, you're watching anything you want to watch, man, it's going to be super loud. You're not going to have any problems. Let's do a little example here. I got my man here from Simply Your Device.
Stone case. And I have the...
So as you can see there, man, the speakers are absolutely gorgeous here, as you can see. Let me get back into my notes, but the speakers are great. Now, one of the other things is this thing has that is banging. It doesn't have a finger display reader anywhere in display or on the back of the device or nothing. This thing is just full effect. And check out the face unlock. It is just money. Boom. You see that? Boom. It's right away, man. Love the face unlock loud. It's got radar, motion sense, whatever you want to call it. It's got some air gestures so you can change your song and all that stuff. That's very gimmicky. To me, that's just very gimmicky. But also when you go in to pick up your phone, if you go to pick up your device, it'll sense that you're going there, and I like that. But I think the motion sense on this is kind of gimmicky, if you ask me. So like when you're playing a song, you could change the songs. To me, it is very gimmicky. Check it out. So to me, that's kind of a gimmick, but it's cool. I mean, if you're painting a house or you're eating chicken wings or doing your thing, I guess you could do it. Also, when your alarm goes off, as you reach for your phone, it'll turn down. Also, phone calls. Now, this is running the latest and greatest Android 10. As you know, this thing is just a beast of a phone when it comes to Android 10. You're also going to get the full screen gestures as I'm using them here too. As you can see, everything's moving and grooving. You ain't got to worry about nothing. It's actually excellent. You have system dark mode, like my Instagram. We going lights out, baby. What's up, Jay Will? We going lights out on the Twitters, everywhere. It's just completely dark mode, which I really do enjoy. Oh, getting a call there, but check it out. It also improved the Google Assistant here. So it's really automatic. Everything is great on it. They really did improve the Google Assistant, which I absolutely love. You can squeeze the side. The other thing they have is they have something called closed captions. So if you're watching videos, it's gonna play your video. You guys got a preview of that just now from the YouTube video that I was watching on Simply Your Device, and you can see it here, right here. If I play his video again, it's going to give you the closed caption. You ain't got to worry about it. Let's get into it again. There we go.
Red silk case. But I find that.
But yeah, you see how you get the closed caption right there. Now, I did notice that the closed caption does drain a little battery, but if you want to keep it on, I usually turn it off because it's kind of gets in the way. I really don't need it. Now, this thing right here is an absolute joy. It's called the Google Recorder. Now, this thing will transcribe any conversation you're having, anything that's happening in your life. It'll record the whole thing. I went to a property management association meeting for my neighborhood, recorded the whole thing, had all the transcripts ready to go. That was awesome. Now, the Pixel camera. Now, a lot of people giving it a lot of hate because it does not have the wide angle. It does not have the wide angle. So the thing that you got to remember is that, yeah, it's missing. It should have had wide angle on the rear. It should have had wide angle on the front. The thing that bothers me is the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL had wide angle, and now this one doesn't. That was a big miss by Google, but hey, now they have the telephoto. So if you squeeze in, you can take them close shots. But as far as the wide angle, man, it's kind of missing on the phone. Still got the night sight. You got astrophotography. And one of the other things on the Google Pixel that you can do that is really cool is the ability to kind of do your slider so that you can take pictures, and then you can adjust your photo when you're doing portrait or whatever now the portrait on this thing is just absolutely phenomenal. I love it. I love the HDR, real-time HDR preview, which is excellent. Now video, there's no 4K 60, which is kind of a big miss if you ask me. And there's no 4K on the front-facing video, which is a big miss if you ask me. That part of it I don't like about the camera, but the camera, no camera's taking still pictures like this thing. It's absolutely excellent when it comes to camera. You have no issues. The video's good, but it's not great. It's missing that 4K 60, like I said, and no 4K on the front. You got the night mode, all that good stuff. So the camera to me is still excellent, still one of the best when it comes to portrait, when it comes to standard shots, front-facing camera, you name it, it's good. Now, the battery, a lot of people hate the battery because it's only 3,700 milliamp battery, so it's kind of not a big battery. It's not a 4,000, it's a 3,700. Now look, when I first got the device, the first couple days, the battery drained fast. I get all day battery. I get 5 to 6 hours of screen on time, no issues, no problem. You get the quick charging, you get the wireless charging, which is kind of convenient. Not really necessary, I don't really need it. But one of the things that I will take away from this phone, it's expensive. That's a negative. Also, no wide angle on the rear or front facing camera. That's a negative. The battery, I think it's a little small. Could have been a little bigger if you ask me. And the gestures are kind of gimmicky. But this is one of my favorite Android devices of 2019. It'll remain in my pocket. I love it. It's a great phone. I do highly recommend that you pick this up because, especially if you can get it for $200 off, I would jump on it right away because I think it's one of the best. I got rid of my Note 10 Plus because of this phone, so you ain't even got to worry about it. I mean, this is legit, so I would go out and get it if I were you. I highly recommend it. One of the best Android phones in 2019. Peace, party people.